Alright. It's not really a song. It's more a story. You know, today we heard a lot about Devansh and I. But a lot of our story and a lot of our friends from that time are here. Big up those that used to be under the tree. The catapult tree, you know. But hey, that's where we met. We met in college. And I remember at the time I met Devansha, she was occupied. She was occupied and we became best friends for a while, for a long while, you know. I had other people in my life who were mad because of the position in my life that she took. And they left and I'm glad they did. And, you know, I remember her being occupied. I kept my distance and I treated her as a friend, you know, I loved her as a friend. And I remember those of us who are here, Naki, and I can't remember who else. Then at the back, we had a band, right, in college, and we made it all the way to the finals. And I remember at that finals, one of the songs that we did was called Wait in Vain. And what I'm really trying to get is my mind out in those times, because those times my actions were different from where my mind was, because she was occupied. And I remember that day when we sang that song, I remember we were singing, I was singing that song to her, but I technically wasn't, because she was occupied again. So technically I wasn't.
Oh my god.
But we sang, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And they made me sing that part very high. From the very first time I raised my eyes on you, girl, my heart said follow through. But I know now that I'm way down. Well, I'm way up on your line. And the waiting feel was fine. You talked to me as if you feel I'm done, but I wasn't. And I knew that you were gonna come. And we say, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. And now I proved that I did not wait in vain for your love. And I did not wait in vain for your love. So, right, we sang that song, right? And I was like, yeah. In my heart of hearts, I was singing that song to her. But she didn't know because she was occupied. And there came a day, right? There came a day we had band, and I remember one of the day she got saved was the day we came from band practice, and then she went to a crusade they were having. I was dropping her home and she said that, hey, you know, I'm just gonna come to the crusade. I was like, what, really? And then we went to the crusade and she got saved that day. And that was June 8th, guys. That was June 8th. My birthday is June 13th, right? And on June 13th, she was supposed to come to town to spend time with me. And she sent me a text, a very heartfelt text saying that, hey, she can't come again because the occupation decided that, you know, he no longer wanted to occupy. And it was saddening to me because, you know, as a close friend, I felt what she felt. And I remember buying her some cheesecake and cheering her up, still being a friend, still being a friend to her, still loving her as a friend. I also remember giving her a little heart that I made out of paper, and I wrote on it and stuff, just cheered her up. And I told her that he will come back, so don't worry, don't worry, he will come back. He'll come back, but I know in my mind, this song was in my mind, and it says, this is no disrespect to the man, no disrespect, but could you step aside now? Another man wants to take over. You don't know what you got, so now it's time to lose. Step aside now, let me show you how to treat her. She needs a tender touch, tender touch, oh so bad. She said, tell me, are you crazy? You're so lonely, oh so lonely. She's a winner, so I have to protect her. No, I'm feeling blue, I don't know what to do. Come to me, she's my country. Be your friend, see me in the end, so I'm always around. Always around. Yeah. So that was our story. That was our story. Literally, this is what my mind. This is where my mind was at, and I guess my mind was right. So even though my actions were different, but my mind knew what my heart wanted, and I thank God for you, baby. I thank God for placing in my life. I told her that I was dating all the girls, and I remember the last one did not work out, and I told her that after that I prayed to God. I said, God, you lead me to the right one. And it's my advice to everybody. I was like, God, you lead me. He said the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. So I said, you lead me. And she became my friend during that time. I prayed that prayer. And I did not know that that was God's leading. And at the end of the day, I told her that you're an answered prayer. And today proves that you're an answered prayer. So I love you. And I'm excited to spend my life with you.